Want some candy? Mommy, I saw a ghost!
What's up guys, and welcome back to another retro review. Today's review is for Predator 2, a 1990 American sci-fi action film written by brothers Jim and John Thomas and is directed by Stephen Hopkins. The film stars Danny Glover, Ruben Blades, Gary Busey, Maria Conchita Alonso, Bill Paxton and Kevin Peter Hall reprising his role as the Predator. It is the second installment of the Predator franchise and a sequel to 1987's smash hit Predator.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
As always guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure to leave a like after watching and hit the bell button so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Set in the year 1997, the film sees an alien hunting humans in the urban jungle of Los Angeles, focusing its attention on the city's Colombian and Jamaican gang members who are all involved in a territorial war. When Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, played by Danny Glover, leads an investigation into the mysterious deaths of Colombians, he not only comes between the hunter and his prey, but he also stumbles upon a shady government plan to capture the creature in order to study its advanced technology. Now, it was always going to be a hard job to create a sequel that was as great as John McTiernan's testosterone-packed jungle epic Predator.
You son of a bitch!
McTiernan went on to make the highly successful Die Hard and The Hunt for the Red October, so somebody had to step in. That somebody was Stephen Hopkins, who filled this 1990 sequel with lots of humour, plenty of hard violence and bad language, and a shit ton of action. The end result is not what us fans of the first film expected, but for me Predator 2 is still a very worthy sequel and is miles better than any of the poor efforts we have had since. As such, it's a very entertaining film to watch and a fine sequel, although in no ways does it match up to Schwarzenegger's classic. Only in a few scenes does it come close, like with the excellent subway train sequence being the most notable. Instead, it focuses on plenty of violence and blood in order to outdo the gore of the first film. But for me, it's the lack of slow tension that we had in the first film that is missing here. This does tend to bring it down to the level of a standard action movie, but it does have some standout scenes that lift the film. Again, the excellent fight on the subway is by far the most effective, but the battles between the police, gangs and the Predator are also very well handled. Composer Alan Silvestri does another fine job with the soundtrack and expands on his familiar themes from the original film that work here just as well. And the production design by Lawrence G. Paul is top notch too, both in terms of the crime-ridden LA streets and the design of the Predator himself and his super cool spacecraft. Predator 2 thankfully doesn't make the mistake that other Predator films have made. Here it keeps the Predator hidden even though we already know what it looks like. For the most part, the Predator moves around while cloaked and we only see the sequences of its actions like in the first film. This keeps a certain mystery and helps build a bit of that tension needed, especially for those who have never seen the film. The final battle was also nowhere near as good as Schwarzenegger's confrontation with the alien.
You one ugly motherfucker.
The problem is it's easy to believe that Arnie could use the jungle and stealth to defeat the alien, right? But Mr. Danny I'm too old for this shit Glover taking on the Predator in what is basically a fist fight did not work as well for me. It's real fun to watch and it had a very cool reveal at the end, but the fight was just a little too far-fetched for me. The all-star cast is packed with familiar faces, with Danny Glover and Gary Busey leading the way. Everyday action man Glover, who for me at first seemed to be an odd replacement for Schwarzenegger, but he actually grows on you as the film progresses, delivering his lines with relish and giving us a hero to root for.
More victims, more mutilation! Fuck you!
Pope, are you there, Pope? Pope, what's going on?
Busey, in comparison, has great fun as the slimy CIA agent Peter Keyes, who hopes to catch the Predator in a sequence involving high-tech monitors, and I enjoyed every scene that he was in. Basically, Busey plays the same villainous character as he does in all of his films, except with a little more humanity this time round. The supporting cast was really good too, with real-life salsa singer Ruben Blades as Danny, who plays Glover's Hispanic best friend who becomes an early victim of the Predator. Maria Conchita Alonso plays the role of the tough female cop Leona, and she does a good job, and some of you might actually remember her from The Running Man.
Now I'm going to untie you, and then you're gonna get dressed, and then you're gonna come with me.
Oh, yeah? Well, why should I?
Because I'm going to say, please.
We also get a young looking Bill Paxton as Jerry, who at this point seemed to be in every best film that was out at the time. He plays a sexist cop full of terrible jokes, but he was great as always. He doesn't have a huge part to play, but he does get to go out in style during the excellent subway scene. Even further down the cast, there are minor turns from the likes of Robert Davi as the FBI man again, and Calvin Lockhart as the brilliant Jamaican drug lord King Willie.
I want him.
I don't know who he is, but I know where he is. The other side.
What are you talking about?
The spirit world, man.
The super tall Kevin Peter Hall returned as the Predator, having done a truly excellent job in the first film. Sadly though, this would turn out to be his last screen role before his death. But for me, Kevin Peter Hall will always be Predator. Predator 2 is packed with explosions and tons of violence, with heads being torn off and brains being sucked out. Such sights are countered by scenes of comedy, like when the Predator finds himself in an old woman's bathroom and she comes out to fight him with a broom. The action and shooting scenes are also well staged and always exciting. The ending disappointed a lot of fans by being a bit anticlimactic and twisting things around with the introduction of a whole load of never before seen predators. But personally, I really liked it, as it offered some nice surprises as well as some tantalizing ideas of where the franchise could go next. Predator 2 is an entertaining and very well executed action movie with just a few minor bumps along the way. But it is very worth your time, especially for those of you who have never got round to seeing it. And it definitely deserves its place in the Predator franchise, more so than any of the other films that have come out since. So, what are your thoughts, guys, on Predator 2? Make sure to comment down below and help support my channel by subscribing and giving the video a thumbs up right now. And hit the bell button to get notified when I post a new video. So guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you all on the next Joe Cobra video. Peace.